Folks, another week, another time. Creative Financing with JB. Have another entrepreneur on here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to break it down. That's why I'm telling y'all this year is the year for everybody to succeed, grow, manifest, and what they're going to do. We're going to talk about what it is to be in this game. How did Miss Jewel Brooks get started? What was some of her struggles, some of her high level energy where she overcame some things. And we're going to talk about all that stuff because we want y'all to prepare this year for just to get that increase, that stuff that's just going to motivate you, get you to the next level, going out there to do it. And guess what? And being intentional about it. I tell you, that's our word for this year, intentional. We're going to be intentional. We're going to grow intentionally. We're going to manifest intentionally. We're going to have our business to be so on the next level that we're not going to understand what happened. And guess what? How that happened? By being able to go through the process of understanding how it got like that. And Ms. Jules, I'm just going to let you give us a little bit of your background, how you got started in this business, and go from there.
Well, thank you, Johnny. I want to first start off by saying thank you for having me. This is an absolute honor. And my name is Jewel Brooks. I have been an entrepreneur for 7 years now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I actually own a home care agency as well. That's been going for 7 years with whom I do share a partner. Her name is Mary Steed. So I want to give a shout out to my partner, Mary. Being in home care for 30 years, listen, let me tell you, it is a non-sleeping industry. Okay. But helping others is what strives me to just keep going and going and going. I have 30 years home care agency background, home health industry background, and it just was the inevitable for me to open up a scrub business because scrubs is one of the go-to industries right now in terms of needing comfortable, affordable wear. 30 years in the industry, loving what I do. Yes, does it come with a lot of hiccups, roadblocks, stumbling blocks? Absolutely. But it all really depends on you, how much you want out of what it is that you're working for. Okay. So Shy Scrubs pretty much have been here 2 years. We've been in business 2 years. February 4th makes 2 years. And I am loving the process.
That's awesome. That is awesome, man. And I always say that, Jewel, that we have to do stuff we love, because when we do stuff we love, it don't feel like we're working, and then we start to grow into that, just that wholeness of like, I feel like I'm complete, that I'm going through this.
Sure.
And tell me, just coming from home health agencies and that personal care to scrubs, what made you think about scrubs instead of just opening up your own agency?
Well, it pretty much goes hand in hand. I mean, if I have a slew of caregivers, right? And I know that they're in need for scrubs, and I'm knowing that they're searching all around. And one of the biggest things that I, heard a lot throughout my journey was, oh, I'm just looking for something comfortable or something affordable. Okay. See, there were the two things that really spearheaded me into opening up a scrub store, a scrub business, because wearing scrubs and going from one scrub business to the next scrub business and trying to find that comfy, affordable scrub was a big deal. And it was almost a job. Okay. So I am elated and very, very grateful that I've been able to tap into a community where I'm able to, give that comfort of comfy scrubs and affordability, because that's two major things that people are looking for when they're shopping for scrubs: comfort and affordability.
Comfort and affordability. And welcome, Nicole, that just came on. But and that's important when you're working, especially in that field, to have that. But the question is, I mean, the design, the different colors. I mean, you got to be creative with that. I mean, how did that come up to play?
So with wearing scrubs, being someone who's been wearing scrubs for 30 years, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you get bored, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here at Shy Scrubs, we have the colors, we have the embroidery, we have the custom patches, and more
Wow.
importantly, we have the comfort, okay? People
Mm.
need to feel comfortable in the scrubs that they're buying. And scrubs are made to be worn and be fun. And
Right,
you just
right,
don't
right.
buy scrubs and say, hey, oh, I got this scrub. You want to have fun wearing scrubs. Here, you can
Right.
come, you can shop, you can purchase a scrub set, you can get it personally customized, you can get it embroidered, you could have fun with it, you could get some custom hand sewn patches put on it. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
I have a slew of things going on here with my scrub. Yeah,
That's amazing. So I take it you're in sewing and creative with that.
absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, it started with me sitting down one time on my couch and I said, "You know what? My scrubs, I want to go to work." You know, I started out as a caregiver
Mm-hmm.
and patients, your clients and wherever you're, whether you're in your hospital, nursing homes or your direct caregiver homes, coming in with the normal blacks and the grays, what I call, the solid colors, people
Right,
want comfort, they want color, they want activity.
right.
When I sat on my couch one day, I was sitting there and I said, you know what? I would love to be able to go to my client's house one day, make her just smile. And clients would say to me, "Oh, you always come in looking so nice and colorful. And where do you get your designs on your scrubs?" And when I told her that I was hand sewing them myself, she said to me, she said, "Jewel, you might be on to something." And I was.
So you started creating this stuff on your own, just on the couch.
I did. I did. I used to just buy, personalized patches, things that I felt that was, professional and appealing to clients. And the compliments that I was getting was just perfect for me to say, you know what, let's just go ahead and put them on your scrubs. So I started wearing them on my scrubs, and everywhere I went, Johnny, I mean, people were always complimenting me. So I said, Jewel, you might be onto something here.
Nothing.
Yes,
And keep
yes,
going. And your ideal customers are nurses, I take it,
yes.
techs,
Yep.
students.
Caregivers, nurses, service employees, any kind of healthcare professional. Absolutely. We don't
Absolutely.
discriminate.
Tell me
We
this:
take them all on.
how do we cater to them special needs, like them big guys like myself, or those smaller folks, and stuff
Okay.
like
Okay. Well, so right now, our sizes ranges from, now listen to this, 3X small, okay? So not just small, but our sizes range from
that.
3X small to 5X. And
Wow.
then I even have a seamstress on my team, okay? So if there's anyone that's going above 5X, we can make that happen, okay?
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
So, folks, y'all hear out there,
Yes.
it's not one size fits all. We have them all different
Not one size
sizes.
fits all.
And it's like, are these custom made? I mean, if they had to come in, they got to get measured. I take it for
So
those sizes.
So in the home in the scrubs business, once we get past that 5X, yes, our scrubs are custom made. Okay. So yes. But
Perfect.
we don't limit how, high we need to go in terms of scrubs. We're about customer satisfaction.
Right, right. And we know materials expensive. How,
Absolutely.
how do we manage that cost? I mean, because it's got to be a high cost, for materials, and I did different textures of clothing, cotton to linen, or I don't know if y'all do all that.
Well, we strive on comfort, obviously, durability, flexibility. So when it comes to custom scrubs, it may be a little more pricier, than
Mhm.
our other sizes. However, by the time you come in, fit for that scrub that we customize for you, we haven't had one person not satisfied.
Right.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
that's what's important, customer service, making sure it fits, making sure they but just to be comfortable, in there.
Absolutely.
And growing up as a kid, I was like, oh my God, I'm going in here, and I'm a husky kid. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. But to
Absolutely.
have that flexibility and go from there. And do you make scrubs like in linen, or it's just one type of material, or how does that work?
Well, it's not one material. It really just depends on the customer. Okay. So
Okay.
first, we have an intake form. We sit down, we, talk with that customer. We kind of talk a little bit about what it is that they're looking for. We put them in some of our samples and we kind of see what works for them. And then we go ahead and make that happen for them.
How,
So
how, how do you?
the cottons can really depend when it comes to durability and flexibility. When you're going into the plus sizes, you want to definitely go more with the cotton flex 4-way flexes because they kind of stretch a little more to give it a little more warm, a little more
Mhm.
wiggle room.
Cotton flex, yeah. What about
Yes.
summer? Do you have lighter or materials for your summer, or like winter, thicker type of
So we
scrubs?
do actually. We do. So we have a variety of scrub textures. Okay, and we don't just put out the softer cottons for the summer or for the winter. We leave them out and we let our customers just come in and pick as they choose because different strokes for different folks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's it. And hey, Keisha's one of our nurses, for it, and that's watching for. So that audience is there for them to be able to have that, and see it. And I used to see that stuff with different designs on there, and going from there. Somebody asked a question: how do you balance trendy styles with budget friendly options?
Well, what we do is we have what I like to call a bookkeeper. Okay. If I have someone comes in and says, "Hey, I'm looking for this style, this pattern, this way," we sit her down. Again, we talk to her. We ask her, what it is that she's looking for. Again, I have a seamstress who I work with. So let me tell you, we can make anything. Okay. So in terms of budget friendly, we will sit there and we will figure it out until we,
Mhm.
come to a comfort zone. I mean, listen, here's the thing with scrubs, you have your low cost and then you have your higher cost. If it's something you really want, you will pay for it.
That's
Okay. And
right.
if it's something you really need, you will go for it.
Right. Right, and that's important. We buy what we want. you know,
Absolutely. Especially
and
if you
stuff.
see it, you got to look at it this way. Listen, if you're going around to 4, 5, 6 different scrub stores and I
Hmm.
can't find what I'm looking for,
Hmm.
but when I went over here, wow, they have a whole department that's going to help us create what I'm looking for. It's a win-win.
Right, right. For the and can you tell us, Joel, where you located so our watching audience can know? For Chuck said, I didn't know that it was so much that went into getting scrubs. It sure is. It's a lot.
It is, it's a lot. We are located 29 West Lockerman Street in Dover, Delaware, downtown Dover, Delaware.
Okay.
Our address 29 West Lockerman Street, Dover, Delaware 19904. Our open hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Oh wow, y'all got some long hours there.
Yes, we do. Yes, because it's needed. You have your late bloomers who's getting off work late, who's needing a scrub at the last minute, and oh, I just got a job, and oh, I need a place to go to. It's late, and so that 7 o'clock really, really helps a lot of our direct care workers out a lot. Our
Yeah,
healthcare
somebody
workers.
asked the questions, how do you handle returns if I got these scrubs as a gift and they don't fit me? The person got the wrong size, or I need to exchange them for a bigger size. Can we just bring them back? And
Sure, yeah. So we do have an exchange policy as long as you have your receipt
hmm.
and the tag, the original tag that your scrub came with. Yeah, we have no problem giving you an exchange.
And tell me this, jumping in this business 2 years, What was your scariest point of going forth and really saying, hey, I'm going to just take this leap of faith?
You know what, Johnny? It wasn't scary for me because this is my second business.
Okay.
But it wasn't scary for me. However, okay, let's be clear. When you're into a business that's new for you, you kind of have the things that you're not expecting that happens. Okay. And they're the things that kind of made it scary for me, running into those issues that I've never had to deal with before, because this is a whole new industry of work.
Right.
And it was like, now what do I do? Like, how do I get myself out of it? But the one thing that I pride myself on, Johnny, is you can back me up against the wall and put so much pressure on me. I'm going to fight my way through it. I'm going to figure it out. Okay.
Right.
I work well under pressure.
And that's great. And you have to do that in business, because if we don't, we can get disappointed, depressed, and like, oh my God, what am I doing? Is this meant for me?
Yes.
And go from that whole standpoint. But
yes,
just thinking about starting your business, did you say, man, I got to find a location that's centrally located? How did that come about when it came to play?
Okay, so it took me for Shy Scrubs and Apparel. I'm gonna say I did my research. It took me about a good 5 to 6 months before I decided where I was going to be, because location, let me just make that very, very clear. Location is very important. Location is key. You have to know and do your research. Okay.
Right.
Foot traffic, visibility. Okay. Having a brick and mortar. All these things are important because you want people to see who you are and where you are. And you want them to have easy access to you. And so that was very, very important to my decision making here on Lockerman Street, which I love.
Right.
And one of the things that helped me, I'm sorry?
You get a lot of traffic.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things that really helped me make my decision here was, I remember coming down Lockerman Street and driving through, and I said, okay. Me and my husband, we pulled over, we interviewed several businesses on the street, and the outpouring support that, they shared amongst one another, to me, sealed the deal. Yeah. They're so super, super supportive, and they were very supportive of me coming into the community. And that was very, very helpful for my decision.
Was it hard to find that location, or did it take you a while to kind of see where you wanted to be?
It was hard because, like I said, I mean, I was in 5 different cities, looking at locations. And and don't get me wrong, I've seen beautiful spots, much nicer than where I'm at. But again, it was what I felt that helped me make this decision to come to Lockerman Street and want to be here on Lockerman Street. The community involvement was outpouring and overwhelming. It was amazing. It was amazing.
And that's great, to be able to find that and identify that, because a lot of folks, when they go to business, they take the most reasonable place they can get into, and they don't have the foot traffic, and sometimes that can hinder their business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Price shopping is one of the biggest things you're looking for when you're, out shopping around. But it was something about this location. It just felt right, Johnny. It felt right. This is where I need to be.
This is what it was. This is perfect. I'm gonna get the people. It's not gonna be hard to find me. Foot traffic.
I'm literally 4 feet from public transportation.
You can take the bus there, folks.
You can take the bus here. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And that's what's neat. And I tell all owners that we have to consider all those things when you get in this business. You know, if it's a restaurant, if it's clothing, barbershops, whatever it is, laundromats, those locations going to make a difference to where people can locate you and know that you're available during that time.
And that's what
For
was important, making sure we had that visibility, that people knew that we were here as a resource of scrubs and being able to get to us because we looked at a lot of locations and, that was some concerns. How are they going to
yeah,
get to me? How am I going to get to them, within reasonable time? And, it's a beautiful brick and mortar. Again,
mhm.
we've been here 2 years. And I'm very, very, very happy with the decision making for this location.
Wow, Ford and stuff. And just looking at your business, as do you customize scrubs like designs and characters or
So again, so one of the things that we take pride in is number one, our embroidery, which is a very important service. That is an in-demand service.
Mhm.
My husband became my test subject with our custom patches because and our scrubs because keep in mind he's a what 6'2", 250 pounds. So I had to use him as a model for a lot of things to make sure,
Right,
listen, sure that we can handle this.
right, right.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we do have those options for y'all when y'all coming in the patches and stuff, and it looks neat, especially around holidays or certain days that you want to
Yes.
come in and you want to stand out to be different. But tell me this: how do you differentiate? Excuse me, or how are you different from those retail stores with your scrubs? I mean, how do you stand out?
Well, one of the ways we stand out is, listen, you have all types of convenience stores now getting into the scrub industry, trying to just put a couple racks of scrubs in there. But the reason and the way that we stand out, there's several factors. Number one, we have more obviously of a variety, color,
Mhm.
style, and size. Okay. They're limited. You can go into one of those stores and you hope that they have that medium top and that
Right,
2XL bottom, opposed to coming to my store where we cater to all sizes. And
right.
if there's a size or style that you can't get if you come into my store, you better believe we'll have it for you in 2 days. Okay. Okay.
Two
So
days. Wow.
yeah, absolutely. I have my vendors on speed dial and we have a very, very close working relationship because they understand if I'm asking, I need ASAP and they provide.
Right. And that's important to have those relationships.
Absolutely. Yes.
For tell me this, what's the difference? Is there a difference between male and female scrubs?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, with the female scrubs, well, let's start with the men because we're always putting the females before the men. So let's start with the men, right? Right.
It's the ladies
So,
first, but go ahead.
yeah, as far as men's scrubs are concerned, they do prefer a certain neck cut. Okay. Most men, a lot of men, I'm not going to say most, I don't want to
Mhm.
judge,
Judge.
but a lot of men prefer the V neck scrub tops. Okay.
Right.
Or crew neck scrub tops.
Mhm.
Women, we prefer a more looser, round the neck, but up above
Mhm.
the cup area where we're nice and comfortable, but open. There is a difference. You have unisex scrubs where they work for both. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You have unisex scrubs that work for both, but it is definitely a difference in male and female scrubs for sure.
Wow. So
Not
the unisex,
necessarily in the material, but just so more so in the neck cuts of the
like,
scrub, how they're designed. Yes.
wow. The unisex, what makes those kind of, are those like your basic scrubs when you say unisex?
Well, when you say unisex scrubs, it's designed for male or female, and the cut is the cut. Okay.
Right, right.
A lot of the times, the unisex scrubs come at a lesser price. Okay. Not the nicest quality all the time. Okay.
Mhm.
But I actually have unisex scrubs that could work both with great quality.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So that's another thing that stands me out from a lot of scrub businesses. Their unisex scrubs is literally that one material, that hard, crunchy material that most customers
Mm-hmm.
aren't looking for. I have a vendor, a name that I will not disclose,
Right.
that
Shot
caters
scrubs in the barrel.
yes, two shy scrubs and apparel, where we have unisex scrubs where the material is comfy. You would not even notice. You wouldn't even notice.
Wow.
You wouldn't even
Wow.
notice.
Wow. And
Yes,
you
I
said
take
two
pride in
days.
our scrubs. Hmm?
And you said 2 days on orders when
If
you.
a if a customer comes in my store on a Tuesday and they're
Mhm.
needing a specific color or style, I'll have it in my store that Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
great turn times right there.
Yes. Yes.
Great term times. Somebody asked, do you ever have different materials for scrubs if they come in and ask for it? Or can that be special to order?
I'm
Like
trying to understand.
if I want a linen scrub, can you have that made? Or
Okay.
if I want something like we having a party at the hospital and I want something like a satin, can y'all do something like that?
Absolutely. So that would be a custom order. And
Okay.
now that's not 2 days. Okay. So so absolutely. We do have a variety of material that we use for our customized scrubs. It would depend on what this customer is looking for exactly in terms of the style, how much detail we need to put into this customized scrub. But yes, we can definitely do it. We do have linen material. We have all sorts of material. I think we are at what 12 different scrub materials to date
Wow.
in terms of what we can do with our customized scrubs. So it would take that customer to come into our store, pick the material. We help, we sit down with our design team. They pretty much describe what it is that they're looking for, and then we help them kind of finalize it. And then at that point, we're able to give them a timeline on how long it's going to take to have that made.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell us this. I mean, in a busy time where hospitals are calling you and little doctor's office, how do you meet those demands?
Oh boy, that's my life every day. I mean, listen. So right now I have 7 contracts, 2 major universities, 5 home
Mm,
care agents, excuse me, 2 major universities, 3 home care agencies, and then 2 technical schools. So my phone is ringing off the hook all the time about different things, okay? Uh,
wow.
one of the issues I have ran across was staffing, okay? Trying to find the
Mm,
right people to be in here so that I can stay abroad. So where I feel like I may want to step away, it just hasn't been like that since the holidays. So right now, my time is very in demand because this is just what the scrub world is all about.
hmm.
Making sure I'm getting my, customer satisfaction. So
Wow.
super important.
How long do, I know this is gonna sound crazy. How long are scrubs good for? I mean, do I need to come get with some every 6 months? Do they last a year?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you about shy scrubs. Scrubs, okay? Let's take 100 degrees in the summertime, okay? Running up and down the street trying to catch that bus. And most scrubs, they're sweaty, they're wet, and they're
Right.
uncomfortable. Not with our 4-way wickening scrubs that we have here. I don't have not any scrub in my store that I would not wear myself.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, I've been wearing scrubs for 30 years, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of scrubs I won't wear. I won't bring anything in my store that I won't wear because I
Mm,
want when my customers come into my store, I want them to feel like they are being treated.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Because it's hard finding good quality scrubs. It
Right.
is, it's hard. And I
And you
take
said
pride in the
four-way?
brand and materials that we bring.
Yeah. And you said the 4-way
Yeah,
scrubs?
it's a 4-way wicketing that our
Wow.
scrubs are made with that helps with that sunray protection of under armpit sweating
Mm-hmm.
or inner thigh sweating. Yes.
Amazing.
It happens.
Amazing.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Somebody asked a question. Do you make scrub hats?
We don't make scrub hats. No, that's not anything we've tapped into yet. But I'd be open for suggestions.
That's for this
I'd
stuff.
be open for suggestions.
Folks, so y'all know to reach out
We
for it.
Yes, we sell scrub hats. Okay, they're called surgical caps. So we do sell them in store. But
Mhm.
if it's a style or brand that, I feel like it's something different and it's something that I feel like would, make a big deal to our customer base, and I'd be open to your suggestions.
Right. So that's good to know.
Absolutely.
Folks, if y'all have some creativity, give Jewel a call here. And Jewel, give us your phone number so we can let that post and they can reach out to you and kind of add to your phone calls that you already have.
Sure. So our phone number here at Shy Scrubs is 302 363 4485. Again, that number is 302 363 4485. And our business hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Wow. And that's late for a Saturday, even in the weekend.
Yes, it is. But we are here for it.
Board and stuff. And what made you come up with those long hours? Do you cater to the morning and night and, people that work them different shifts, I take it?
Well, that's just it. I mean, we can't forget about our working community. You have those ones that get off later. If every scrub store is closing at 4 or 5 o'clock, I mean, why wouldn't we be open later? Absolutely. Right. We don't want to leave anyone out. If you're getting off late, you need another scrub. You have to be to work early in the morning. Shy Scrubs got you.
We there waiting. Tell us about do y'all do scrub? Somebody asked scrub socks. Do y'all have those?
So we do have socks, and we have a variety of socks. Okay.
Oh wow.
They're not scrub socks, but we cater to our colors and our styles. So we have very popular designer socks. We have Louis Vuitton, Gucci, okay, Autism.
Okay.
Listen, what is that? CEO, breast cancer awareness. We cater to all kinds of medical styles of socks. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What about compression socks for
compression socks as well? Absolutely. We can't have regular socks and not compression socks. Absolutely.
And I take you use those for those people that's standing for long hours or
Yes. We have healthcare heroes. We have little compression socks with doggies and kitties all over them. Let me tell you, we have the cutest stock here at Shy Scrubs and Apparel. We do. We want, when you come into Shy Scrubs and shop, it is a shopping experience. Okay. You can shop and get a scrub set. You can get a badge reel. You can get a stethoscope. You could get some socks, compression socks. You name it, we got it.
Wow.
We want to make sure that we're your one-stop shopping ground.
Where did that vision come from to what you was going to put in that store? I mean, I know you 30 years in, you done seen so much. And you're like, when I have my scrub store or apparel, I'm going to make sure X, Y, and Z is always going to be in here. How did that come up?
Well, you remember I said earlier, I've been in the business 30 years. So I've had to buy scrubs and I've had to you wanted to, buying scrubs is one thing, but you want to feel nice in your scrubs and you want to look different and you want to feel comfy, but more importantly, you want to be able to afford them. So making sure you have a variety of accessories to put with purchasing a scrub, it's always been important to me. Always. I mean, you can get lunch tote bags, CNA bags, nursing bags, teacher bags. my customers, they are my most important ride for making sure I understand what I need in my store. Because when they come in, if they ask me for something and I don't have it, and I know that it's something that's a big need, I will definitely get it.
Right, because that's important.
It's important. Your customers are important. My customers are amazing, amazing. And I'm in business because of them.
That's right. That's right.
I'm in
And
business
folks,
because
you
of
hear
them.
that? Did y'all hear that? She's in
Absolutely.
business because of the customers, and we
I'm in
always got to
business
keep that in
because of
mind.
them.
Yeah. And that is so important out here to be able to understand why we do what we do for the customers, when the customer needs it. How do we get to the point where we can make sure their needs are being able to be fulfilled? But Shaw, I wanna get back to that staff in that store. I mean, that has to be a challenge for you, and making sure you have the right people in place so that vision can continue to be passed through the folks that work with you.
Yes. Yes. So right now, Shy Scrubs has 4 part-time employees.
Mm,
And the way that we are able to move and operate, it's been working. It's been
mhm.
working. I have partnered with a woman. She teaches hospitality.
Oh wow.
You know how when you're in Mexico and you get off your flight, right? And what are they doing? They're sitting there, they're waiting for you with your martini drink,
Yeah.
and they know you by your name soon as you get
Right.
off.
Well,
I
yes.
have partnered with a woman who's working with my staff as we speak, because I want, when my customers come into the store, I want them to feel that. I want them to feel that excitement that when they walk through our door,
Right.
we welcome you. We
Mm,
appreciate you.
true.
We want them, the more importantly, to have a very nice shopping experience.
And that is so key. I'm for it. This is going to be a good
So
question.
important. So important.
What was one of your biggest challenges getting into this business?
Wondering if I was going to, I'm not going to say like it, because scrubs is a big deal,
Yeah, right.
but it was something new for me. And I think one of my challenges, I won't say getting into the business, more so I would say overhead in the beginning.
Hmm.
Okay. In any business, what are you worried about? Oh my goodness, how am I going to get these customers in here?
Right.
How am I going to know what these customers want? Well, you have to get out into your community. Okay. You
Mm,
can't just wait for them to come to you. You have to get out there. You have to let people know who you are and where you are. That's very, very important. If you cannot get into the community and give back into your community, then
it's a problem.
I don't know what to tell you, but that's just so important, because people right off the back, when you're opening a business, they're just not going to know who you are and where you are.
Right.
So, your social media platforms and, your community involvement is so super important. And you just have to do it. And again, it goes back with enjoying what you do so that you're good at what you do.
Mm. And that's the key, in here, marketing yourself and branding yourself in this business.
Yes. Yes.
It,
Yes.
it,
Yes.
it's key. And as you did, I call it pounding the pavement. When you're in the community, you're making yourself recognized, you're making yourself known to let you know
Yes.
that you're here for them. It
Yes.
just opens up so much for the community to know that they can go here and really shop and feel good. I come there because they make me feel like I'm welcome. you
Exactly.
know.
And that is very important.
Hmm.
Very, very important. There's times where I've sat here and I told my staff, I said, listen, I'm going to be leaving in a little bit.
Hmm.
But I really stayed a little longer because I wanted to hear and see how they communicate and interact with my customers.
Hmm.
Because you can't assume anything. You have to know what's
Right.
going on with your
Right.
business. You have to know. And it's not always going to be the way you want it to be. Okay. But you
Right.
have to know how to step back and give them an opportunity to figure it out. I mean, you just have to. Now that was a trial moment for me, just surrendering to the fact that Jewel, you have other things that you need to be, dealing with. You're going to have to let your staff go ahead and spearhead, their
Hmm.
shift, and assuming that everything's going to go well. And I've had my moments where I've had to, pull my staff aside and say, hey, 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 that, how could we have dealt with that differently,
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's good to have those conversations. Those
Yes.
are good conversations within
Yes.
the work environment because guess what? We're just passing on the vision and like, hey,
Yes.
this is what we want to do, and this the vision we want to leave with the folks. And
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I know it's hard to just let go sometime and like, I want to make sure my customers take care of. I don't know if they're gonna be able to, but once we give them that training and development, they're going
Yes.
to be able to excel and it's going to feel like you're there. Somebody asked, do you have shipping options if somebody orders online or something for scrubs?
Yes, we do. We do. So, we have 3 levels of shipping. Okay. You have your basic, well, it depends on how you want to pay and how fast you want,
Okay.
your scrubs. So if you want them immediate, you may pay for that immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Delivery, you have your basic and then you have your standard. So there we do have 3 options for scrubs. Yes, absolutely. When it comes to
Perfect.
delivery. Yes.
So, folks, you can go online and order, and get those same scrubs that somebody walking in. But it's good to walk in so you can see what you're looking at. You might miss some stuff that you might want to see them do, or you might want to place a special order
Yeah.
for it. So you have to reach out, have that conversation, and support the business. The numbers going across the screen: 302-363-4485, Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. Folks, come on out, just give it a go and see what you need for, because you'll never know. I thought about, and I know this sounds crazy. I'm like, man, scrubs look so comfortable. I could probably wear them around the house, or if I'm
Yeah.
cleaning.
Yes. Johnny, I had a customer just recent, probably about
Hmm.
2 weeks ago. She was in here for 25 minutes looking through the colors and the styles. And then she came up to me and she said, what do you suggest? And I said, well, what are you wearing? What are you purchasing the scrubs for? She said to garden. I said, I know that's right. So people are wearing scrubs for a variety of reasons. They're comfortable. They're very, very comfortable.
And they're flexible, and
They're
you know,
flexible.
they,
Absolutely. 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 And people want comfort. And more importantly, they want affordability. And that is my biggest thing. Making sure our scrubs are comfortable and affordable. Okay. Because I once upon a time, was shopping around to all these different stores looking for affordability.
hmm
Not
hmm
everyone can afford a $70, $80 scrub set. So I want to
wow,
know that they can get scrubs affordable.
affordable. Wow. And I never thought $70, $80. That can be quite a bit when you have to wear,
Absolutely.
you know, them, especially if you wear them every day in the thing.
Every day.
I'm just thinking if I that's almost $400 just for a week.
Sure.
And then I have to wash them again and make sure they're ready for the next week. I can't really have too many accidents because I only have one a day. Yeah, that can be quite a bit and kind
And
of
that's another thing about our scrubs. We hold on to our durability. Okay. So you're not going to wash our scrubs and they're going to shrink first
right.
few washes at all. You are going to hold on to shot scrubs for a long time.
Mm.
For
Yeah,
a
for
long
because
time.
or that fading or that, you know.
No,
Yeah.
no, none of that. None of that. Again, I take pride in the vendors that I use as my suppliers for my scrubs. It took me almost a year before I really narrowed down who I was going to use and go with, because I know how important it is to have quality scrubs. I have big contracts that I deal with. I just can't afford to jeopardize that with,
Hmm.
now listen, don't get me wrong, Johnny. I do have the lower grade scrubs too. Okay. But
Those
I
work.
know what, yes, I know what people are looking for.
And seeing your business growing right now, the big question, 4 to 5 years as you expand, I mean, where does that vision lead you or take you to?
Johnny, I'm so glad you asked that because listen, 2 months ago, Shy Scrubs was just approved and trademarked. Okay. So
Oh,
we will be, I am working on our franchising
okay.
opportunity. First stop is North Carolina.
Yeah,
Yes. We are about to move on into our next venture of franchising Shy Scrubs and Apparel. I'm so super excited about that.
that's awesome to see the
Yes,
growth from state to state. And I said that, Joe, because the healthcare industry is growing so
it is.
tremendously
It
with
is.
nurses, LPNs, healthcare professionals. And with these scrubs, I'm like, it's going to be a lot to see what's going to happen within the next
It
four or
is.
5 years with that.
Oh, this scrub industry is it's just crazy. I mean, it's never going away. Just like healthcare is never going away. It never
Right,
this industry never sleeps. Okay.
right,
It never
right.
sleeps. And I'm just so happy that I'm helping so many people. And I just want to put out there, my customers, we're at the point now where I know my customers by name. Okay.
Awesome.
That's important. When
Important.
they walk to my door, instead of saying, welcome to Shot Scrubs, I can say, how you doing, Miss Nancy? You back again today? Thank
Yeah.
you so much. It makes them feel so good when they walk in your door and you can say their names. Oh, they love that. And I love that because I love a returning customer.
Wow, for it, and the growth of this happening, and I just thought about that when I was asked you that 4 or 5 question. So many people's in nursing school, or I see on social media graduating, and I'm like, wow, this growth in this medical and healthcare profession, it can grow so tremendously. And to be honest, before I found out about shot scrubs, I was like, where do people usually go get this? Kohl's or or something, for that. For because I like that can be a lot to look for
Yeah.
when you're looking for that stuff.
Yes. 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 Yeah. So, we're not just scrubs though, Johnny. We have
Mhm.
medical scrubs, uniforms. We have lab coats, lab jackets. We actually
Oh
have
wow.
scrub jackets. We have stethoscopes. We have Crocs. We have nursemates. Oh, listen, Shy Scrubs and Apparel is exactly what it is. Okay. So we
Wow.
are not trying to, we are that one shop stop. So if you come
Wow.
in here and you're looking for a whole outfit, like a whole package, we are able to
Mhm.
give that to you.
For the stuff that's amazing. Doctors, scrubs, and stuff like that. And
Yes. Yes.
wow. So,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
do you see your relationships with these different type of facilities increasing? Like Christiana Hospital, it's huge, and BB and all these other facilities. I know they're getting folks that's graduating coming into there to work for it. So, um,
Listen, Johnny, I had, I'm going to pat myself on the back with this one, okay? Last semester with one of my universities, when I
mhm.
did my numbers with my accountant the other day, we delivered 325 scrub sets for one semester, okay? One semester. And that's just one university out of the three that I have, okay?
Wow,
So,
wow,
Shy Scrubs, let me tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I enjoy what I do. Sometimes I'm home, I'm in bed, I'm sleeping, I'm waking up in the middle of the night, jotting things down so I don't forget it in the morning because that's what it is when you're an entrepreneur. I mean, when
right,
things come to the mind, you can't wait.
right,
We have to wake up. We have to address it because it's important. It's important.
yeah. Because if you don't, you can miss out on a whole lot.
Yes.
For and go from there. Even with the professional scrubs for psychologists and counselors and
Yes.
s-
Yes.
stuff like
Yes.
that's even at a growing rate. But I didn't even think about the schools, how, those folks
The
can
student.
either,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I have with one of my universities, they have, I think it's, what is it? What is the number? It was 12 medical programs that I delivered these 325 scripts to last semester.
wow,
Amazing. So when I tell you
amazing.
Shot Scrubs, yes, Shot Scrubs is doing it. And we are just so my whole team. I mean, I'm so proud of my whole team because let me just say this. It is never all just me. Okay.
Right,
Because without my
right,
team, this could not
right,
be. Okay.
right,
So I just want to be very clear and put that out there. Without my team, this would not be happening. And I am
wow,
just so grateful and inspired.
right. So do
Right.
you have an in-house seamstress or somebody to sew in house if they come in there and need alterations on scrubs or something?
Okay. So now here's the thing. My embroidery is in house. Okay.
Hmm.
My individual patches is in house.
Hmm.
My seamstress, and if a student comes in or a customer in need their scrubs or something, that's literally a phone call away in Dover. Okay.
And
So all my connects are right around the corner from me. Yes.
mm,
So there's no long travels of waiting and hoping that we can figure this out. When I say I have a team, they understand that my timeline is my timeline because that's important right now. That's important
right.
today. It's important.
And I'm going to answer the question. Somebody asked the question, can we ship to different states? And as we said
Absolutely.
before, we do have shipping available for that. And that's available for you. Please reach out and give Miss Jewel a call and ask her, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, drop her a message. Say, hey, this is my size. Do I need to get some measurements or whatever? So y'all can have that conversation and y'all can figure out what you
Yeah.
need. But don't feel it's limited just because she's based in Dover. If you need something in New York,
Absolutely.
Jersey, wherever you're at, call and reach
Absolutely.
out and set that have that conversation because it's going to be an opportunity to find I call it like a home for where I want to go shopping, to where I need what I need and I get what I get. If I go online, I'm going here to shop scrubs. I'm getting my scrubs here. If I'm going to get sneakers, I'm going to Foot Locker online. But those are things that I want our audience to know, that don't be limited to where you're at for it. And as she said, she's going to North Carolina. I'm excited about that. Moving out of state with it as well. What
Thank
made you
you.
choose North Carolina?
Well, my one of my best friends of 30 years is there.
Mhm.
And I put her on a homework assignment, and then oh yeah, oh yeah. I put her on a homework assignment, and then she met my expectations, and I went down there and I visited, and I saw the need in her geographical area for scrubs, and so we're about to make it happen.
Yeah. And I heard something in North Carolina, they're a big pharmaceutical kind of state for where they have a lot of chemists and
Yes, they do.
laboratories stuff to where that's a great need. One of the best colleges we have for medicine down there, Duke University and stuff,
Yes,
where they have that. So I can just imagine how busy that's going to be in
yes,
that
yes.
industry there.
We're
Are you going to
excited
have
for
a
that
brick and
too.
mortar there or
Absolutely, for sure. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
brick and
Brick and
mortar?
mortar storefront is the way to go. You need that visibility. Very, very
Mhm.
important. Visibility is very important. Foot
Wow.
traffic. That's where you a lot that foot traffic.
So tell me, have you ever thought about just having a online presence instead of doing a brick and mortar? And what was your
Never.
thought process? No.
I would never limit myself.
Right.
I would never
Right.
limit myself.
Right.
I would never limit myself. Why should I tell a customer that they can't get shot scrubs because I don't want to come into their state?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right. Right.
Absolutely not. So North Carolina is our first stop, and then Philadelphia is going to be our next stop.
Oh, that's big too. Jefferson
Yes,
Hospital, Jefferson
yes,
Health Systems, which is a great location too for that as well. Ivy League school, a lot of students down there as well for it. So, folks, I want to encourage you all to reach out 302-363-4485. She's open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. So you have time to reach out, give a call, have that conversation. If you have a facility or a group home or assisted living and you're going to need those services, reach out there. You can provide that services for your employees to where they're coming in and they don't have to have that excuse. I gotta go get me some scrubs or something. We have a present right here with Shaw Scrubs. Go on, call her up. We'll have that delivery to you in a few days, and have that available. But folks, I'm providing these resources so y'all can be able to understand the business structure of this. As you see, Miss Jewel, she stepped out. She opened her business. She's expanding her business. She has that vision, and I want to encourage everybody. Take that role to just have that vision. Just move it forward. Make sure that you're intentional in doing this. And when you do it, I mean, it's just going to come abundantly. As you heard Miss Jewel's story, I mean, in a semester, 325 scrub sets. I'm pretty sure she didn't say, when I open this one, I know I'm going to have 325. I mean, it just comes over and over again. So I want y'all to be empowered just to go to that next step, feel encouraged, feel and understand that Miss Jewel, she took a step, and even call her, ask her. Maybe she'll share more of her story so it can guide you on that way and that understanding to getting that entrepreneurship. Because guess what? We can't miss out on our opportunities. Just like Miss Jewel had her vision, she worked in the care field where she provided care for 30 years. And she said, no, this is what I want to do. I sat on the couch and I started doing it, and it became a reality. And her reality, she's having fun. She's loving what she's doing. And, that's what this is about. That's how this happens. Jeanette, how you doing? Welcome. And she's like, yeah, that's the South Carolina right there. That's next door to you right there, Jules.
right.
So we have some traction here that people and we have an audience from all over, but they're reaching out and they're seeing the business grow, especially in our communities, and we empower everybody for it. And Ms. Jules, if you got any closing comments that you can encourage our folks that's out there, I want to take that step, but a little scared, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I'd say, you know what? Just write your ideas down. Be true that, that's something you can see yourself doing. More importantly, with a business, you have to make sure you enjoy what you're doing, because that is going to be the catalyst to you making that next step forward. And research. Get a mentor. You can give me a call. I don't mind. I'm always helping someone with something. But, don't sit on a thought, because you'd be surprised where that thought can get you. So absolutely.
Well, and folks, I want to thank Miss Jules Brooks so much for coming on, sharing this business venture with you. I want y'all to be able to stay in contact and reach out. But anybody that's in the medical field, anybody that has employees that wear scrubs, anybody out there doing gardening, whatever you have, whatever medical supplies you want, reach out to Miss Jules at 302-363-4485. She'll be there Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7. And we just look for her expansion. Y'all in North Carolina, she's coming through. Y'all stand by. She'll be there shortly. But until next week, y'all have a great night. And thank you for tuning in. Good night.